5797. 1-877-532-5797. Let's go to Frank in Ohio on Sirius XM 126. Frank?
How you doing, Reverend?
Good.
God bless you. Good to hear from you. Good to talk to you. And I'm praying for you all the time. You really help us out. But I won't take long. But I just want to give you a little history. I heard you all talk about the plight of the black men and women in this country. And I tell you, I miss going to Washington, D.C. in 1963. That was one of the worst things, time in my life. I'm sorry I missed that. But I just want to let you know, I am a draftsman, designer by trade. I went to school for that. And I lived in the border of Ohio and West Virginia, right on the river. And Ohio and West Virginia at that time had their problems with race. And so I moved to Columbus, got a job. I was up there at the highway department, and right away got a job as a draftsman. I worked up there for a couple of years, and I came back because I heard they was looking for qualified blacks. And so I went to the unemployment office, and I heard the man back there say, "Oh, man, this resume is good. Oh, look at this guy. He's got everything, man." And they called my name. My name is Irish, but I'm black. And, man, when I went up and stood up to him, boy, he almost fell over. And anyhow, I eventually got a job as a draftsman because there's a man in Wheeling was a pharmacist, a black man. And he told me to go to this one place, coal company. I went to the coal company, and they hired me because of my qualifications. But I want to tell you, my supervisor, the engineer, was down deep south in West Virginia. And he said, listen, all the blacks that I knew down there were, they worked as maids and butlers. And he said, when you come in here every morning, I want you to empty the wastebasket. And the only reason why I got that job is because they was afraid that Dr. King was going to come in, because Dr. King went through the civil rights legislation that he was pushing in D.C. and his workers. I owe my legacy and everything to Dr. King, because they was making sure those federal projects that they were doing, that they didn't have qualified blacks on there.
Yeah. One of the things, Frank, that you're raising that I think is important, Tiffany, thank you for your call, is that a lot of people do not understand that there are a lot of benefits that people get from movements that we never know, even those in the movement don't know, because you have transactional kinds of leadership, and then you have transformative leadership. And sometimes those that can do transactions, like Frank is talking about with jobs, is because of the transformation in the climate that even makes that possible. So you have a lot of black businessmen that say, "Oh, no, I didn't need to do all that marching. I didn't need to do all of that movement stuff. I did business." But you wouldn't have had the option to do certain business had it not been for the marching and the movement. And I think a lot of us don't stop and think about that, Tiffany.
And there are battles to be fought everywhere. I mean, there are battles to be fought on the street corners, and there are battles to be fought in the boardroom. There are constantly rooms, and I know you've been in these rooms, Rev. I certainly have. And when you walk into a room where either A, there's no one who looks like you, or B, when there are a lot of people look like you, you have to prove yourself, apologize for your presence, and prove your worth being there.
Right.
People will actually question, why are there so many people of color around this table? You never hear anyone question, why are there so many ordinary, below-average white people at a table? But a black person can be there, an Ivy League graduate, speak 3 languages, work the London markets, and have to prove themselves. So I don't know if that's an excuse. I think, Jay-Z's a great example of this, and he's fought battles everywhere. And, he's, like he said, he's not a businessman, he's a and he just launched the app or helped finance an app to help the inequalities in the bail system, to help more Black people stay out of this ridiculous bail cycle that people get into. So I think we all have to hold ourselves accountable in whatever space we occupy. The country has shown us that inequality is running rampant still. So wherever you are, you have a role to play and a responsibility to uphold, because, we thank you. And obviously all of us, particularly those of us in the movement, still follow your leadership. But one thing that's great about you is you're, locking arms with us and saying, look, what are y'all going to do? We've marched, we've done this, and we're still in the fight. But it also is time to have a welding and swelling of the next generation. And I do want to give a shout out to the National Action Network in Atlanta. I don't want to mess up her name, but